Okay.
Paddling in the pool of water that the other boats. You must always just look at the space in front of you. That's Kisley laying down the law. Here comes Kova. It's Kova, he's taking Campos on. Stroke by stroke, he's going past him. And he's gone past him like he's standing still.
What a race! What a race!
God, be calm, get in. Be calm, be calm, be calm. The Hungarians are away.
The South Africans are away, side by side.
It's Hungary. Hungary take the initiative. Just a mass of quality paddling. You see collision in the background.
World champ.
Look at that.
From Czech Republic.
That's going to be tears. It's going to be laughing. Yeah. She can't believe it.
She's so happy.
Look to the back of the salty, and that's clean. That's perfect. Egan is going to get squeezed out. That is dangerously close to the edge.
It is McGregor! It is McGregor! No one has given up. Boros is hanging on. Alonso is hanging on. Gold medalist Hank McGregor, South Africa!
Welcome back to the European Canoe Marathon Championships in Metković, Croatia. We are this afternoon watching and experiencing K1 Men Under 23 on a 26.2 kilometer long course in quite bumpy conditions here at the Neretva river in the Neretva Valley in Metković, Croatia. It's not only canoeing here, it's also a very, very nice touristic area. So let's watch a touristic video first to see where we are and the conditions surrounding this wonderful European Championship course here in Metković. So back again to the racing. The start is within 10 minutes, and it's the K1 men under 23, 26.2 kilometers, Jim, over this quite straightforward course.
Yes, there's nothing technically difficult about this. It's a course, the lap's 3.6 kilometers. The river about 100 meters wide, running through the town here, with steep sides, concrete sides for the industrial side on the right as you go downstream, and the town on the left. But as soon as you get out of the town area, you're into sort of normal vegetation area, lots of reeds, etc. This is in a delta which is very highly used for production of wine and fresh fruit. So very nice venue. The actual starting position where we are in is just below the top turn, and it's only half a kilometre up to the Bosnian border here. So the river flows down into the sea about 15 k's from here, but the river's dammed about 5 k's below us, so that is why the river level is always constant in the town.
So, and here we have the animation of the course, starting right in front of us, down to the first turn, and quickly down to the second one, and then another full lap before the first portage. And the first portage is 200 meters, has all the portages, and then finalizing the race with a short lap, the blue sign there. And these guys are doing 7 laps, 5 portages before this small 1,000 meter lap. Quite straightforward course, but the portage is quite long.
Yeah, that's right. It's because of the geography of the area here in the town. They've used a road section right next to the river by the hotel, which has been carpeted, but it's about 200 meters long, and it's about 7 or 8 meters down to the river level. So it's quite a steep run up the ramp, 200 meters down the ramp and back into the river, and almost immediately through the bridge arch and round the top turn, anti-clockwise course.
And the conditions are it's quite hot here. It's windy now. In the afternoon it used to be windy. The wind will die off successively over the race. We're quite sure of that. An hour ago it was very hard to paddle at all out here, why the racing has paused in the middle of the day. Now the wind is dying off, but it's still bumpy and it's hot. It's about 30 centigrades.
Yeah, I think it's 30, Stefan, yeah.
And
certainly feels like it to me.
Yeah, and but the water is quite cold. It's just 14 centigrades in the water, coming from the Bosnian mountains. Crystal clear water in the Neretva river, and I think that the athletes like the wind and also the cold water, despite the heat in the air. But the portages will be challenging, running full speed 200 meters, carrying the boats, and full speed ahead into the portage and also after, because after the portage it's the second turn, the top turn of the course immediately, and in turns and portages many things are happening during such a race. So the start list quite interesting as always. We have some guys that we know quite well with good results from previous races. One is Adam Petrov from Hungary, boat number 328. He will absolutely be among the top ones, as his teammate Levante Vekasi. Both of them having had several medals in previous championships and World Cups for several years actually.
Yep, that's right.
Both as juniors and under 23, and also as seniors actually. So, and what about the others, the Great Britain guys, for instance, Jim?
Well, Matthew's done a lot of sprint racing as well as the marathon, so this will be an interesting test for him. He's not competed in this sort of competition yet, so it's a bit unknown really as to how he's going to cope. But he's a strong lad, and I'm sure he'll do well.
And the Danish guy, Mads Pedersen, we're from Silkeborg in Denmark. We have seen a lot of him over the years as well. Boat number 333. Watch him. I think he will do well, and the Danish team leaders have great expectations on him for this race.
Right.
Also, the Portuguese, Miguel Rodriguez, for instance, boat number 335, used to be competing in the top, among the top 10 in these races. I don't think he has any big medals yet, but maybe here. The conditions suits the guys that are used to hot conditions and hot weather, and the Portuguese are among them. Of course, also Spain usually have very good marathon paddlers, the great marathon nation of Spain. For instance, Alberto Plaza, boat number 323.
So it's just 5 minutes to go to the start now, Stephen. All the boys are warming up above the start gate. They're using a start gate here, which is a rising fence, different to what we're normally used to with the pontoons. But it's worked very well over this last couple of days so far. So that should be good for everybody. The gate rise is about half a metre above the river surface, held up by the usual air system. Starter says go, and the gate drops, and off everybody goes. As long as you're not got your nose stuck in the fence, you're going to be getting a good start and up and away. So the boys are all warming up now. Starter will be calling them down any minute. In fact, within the next 1.5 minutes, I'm thinking, if they're going to start on time. Yep. Starter's calling them now. You saw from the course map, if you picked that up just now, that the river bends round to the left as you go downstream, and it's a long bend, so definitely an advantage to be over the left hand side as you go round the first half of the bend, and then go across to the right hand side to go round the buoys. Definitely a disadvantage to be drawn on the far side from where the commentary is. Commentary's locations on the town side. So the boys are coming to the start now, and we hand over to the starter so they can hear him clearly. And they're off. The gate drops nicely. Nobody having any problems. 3:29 in the centre of the course. That's Matthew from Great Britain, Matthew Johnson. He's had a very good start there. We can see straight away that the paddlers on the right hand side, which was Germany, Spain and Romania, have got to come across to the left hand side to try to get in that leading group. We've got a screen in front of us for showing as well, but not very clear for us to see exactly who's who. But straight away we've got of almost a V-shaped start, with probably 5 or 6 boats making that front group, starting to split a bit behind them. So probably 7 or 8 boats are in that leading group. And Belgium have moved through to the front position. That's Dan Cox. He'd be pleased to be there at this stage. So they've just moved now to about 250 from the start, and they're going past the boys, which will form the bottom turn on that last short lap that you saw on the race diagram. See, it's still a bit windy and bumpy. This morning it was as flat as a pancake, as we would say, but now it's a bit bumpy. Not as bad as it was yesterday, I have to say. No real formation at the front at the moment. 7 boats are probably in contention to try to form the group as they go round this long, slow bend to the left. From our screen, unfortunately, it's impossible to pick out who's who until we start identifying who's in what colour boat and what colour top they've got on. Right, so on the left-hand side now, moving into the front. Must have paddled very close into the bank to get into that position. Get the feeling of the landscape now as they gradually creep round to the left hand side and round the left hand bend. 1500 metres from the start to the turn buoys at the bottom end of the course. Just to remind you that they're doing 7 laps of this course, plus a short one at the end, and because of the length of the portage and the heat conditions, they've decided that they would do 2 laps without having a portage, as against the usual 1. The running clock time on the bottom of the screen showing 26.2 kilometres for the event. Been going 4.5 minutes now. Shows lap 1 of 7. And as we found yesterday in the evening, as the sun drops, the camera shots down the course are very difficult to make have any detail on which paddler's which. So we have to wait really until they get down to that first bottom turn. And they're just coming close to that now. They'll be moving across to the right hand side any minute. It's a view from the turn point camera looking back up the town. Those big concrete containers are all dead opposite our control and start finish area. Spain's moved into the front position, was easily identified with their yellow and red tops. The conditions are definitely better than they were this time yesterday. So they reached that first buoy, a bit bouncy around the buoys. They're pretty big buoys, as you can see, about 1/2 metre diameter. So you've got to be very careful going around there. You don't want to hit one, but there's no question of being pushed on it by any flow in the river. Unfortunately, as is always with technology, things haven't gone as one hoped with the marking positions on the timing. Those who are familiar with the setup now internationally is that the number boards on the boat have got a tab on it which relays a signal to a box, which then tells you who's gone past the box. But unfortunately, because of the geography of the place, it was impossible to get a box fixed down that bottom turn. So the only markers we've got are actually at the portage, and it's actually on the portage. So as the boats go past on the water level, there's no signal to be received. So you've got to wait until the first portage to get probably any proper timing dimension of the race. But you've got a running clock time there, so that gives you a good idea. See the two Belgian boys have dropped well back after the start. They had a good start, but they're not such a good position now. So Romania with that red, yellow and blue striped top. I think that's probably Ukraine behind him, bringing up the back of the race at the moment. So that's a view from the tent area where everybody meets up. You can see that this is a shot from the portage position. Across the other side, that's where all the tents for the teams are, right close to the bank. They've made full use of the facilities in this town. It's worked out really well. All the hotels are here, so it's been very easy for all the teams. No long travel from the hotel to get to your start, etc. You just walk. So of course you've got to do 2 laps, 10Ks, before you can get any additional drink. Still impossible for me on the screen to identify which boat is which at the moment with the low level light from the camera. But we'll find out when they come past us and we'll be clearer. So that's the first good shot there. 333 is Matt Pedersen from Denmark, so you can see him. Spain on his left, and the looks like the Croatian boy that's Anton Novarek, 332 in the back of that little group. We've been quite familiar with the red and white squares for Croatia since we've been out here. In fact, they're everywhere. So 3 boats have got away at the moment. Stefan's just rejoined me, so we're at the moment we're not able to identify who they are, but we'll find out in a minute. That's right at the back of the race. That's Romania.
Ukraine.
Sorry, Ukraine. Sorry.
Ukraine. Valery Ryabov. So the sun is directly right into the camera lenses, and it's really difficult for the production team to do proper close-ups. But here they are. It's 3:30. Marcel Puffler from Germany.
Yeah.
Marcel Puffler that already last year made some really good races, and he is together with his teammate, I think.
Yeah, looks like it, Stefan. Yeah.
And that should be
Nico. Is that his brother?
Nico Puffler. Yeah, they are
Right.
brothers.
Crikey.
If that is the situation, it's really surprising. Not that they are good enough to be in top, but that they are alone already now.
That's right. So the shot from the bridge, which is just above the portage, and you see that the boats are moving out of that pedrometry on the left-hand side as you look at it, and that is the portage. So the 3 leading boats are going past the portage now for the first time.
Soon coming in here, passing us, and then we will get a better view of it. Very, very close to the bank. It's Marcel Puffler, and it's the Puffler brothers.
Yeah.
And then it is Adam Petro from Hungary. So it's Germany, and Hungary. Quite unexpected. The Puffler brothers have made progress over the years since they were juniors and we first saw them. But this is really surprising.
And it's Denmark there, and with Spain and Croatia. Is that Matt Pedersen, Stefan? Can you recognise him? Portugal in the next group. So we got three Portugal leading the next group of 6 with 2 Belgian lads, Spain, Denmark and Great Britain.
It's Mats Pedersen that is heading the second group. It's quite bumpy out there. The Puffler brothers are really going tough. Fast, increasing the speed now with the wind against them. Heading the wind, heading the waves, going fast, and now Nico is taking over, doing the hard work in front. While Adam Petro is resting on the wash behind.
So the next 3 boats, Stefan, don't seem to really be trying very hard at the moment. I mean, we know it's a long way, but they're really letting the front 3 get away, aren't they?
Yeah, they absolutely so.
Yeah, it's Alberto
they are moving
Plaza.
fast, and Adam Petro, we know him as a very, very talented and good marathon paddler. He has some difficulties there to follow. He's doing his best in the waves there. Seems like the Puffler brothers are really skilled in these rough waters up there. Doesn't seem to matter to them. Just going, and they have good wave breakers on their boats as well. That helps.
So leading the third group, Matt Johnson from Great Britain of the two Belgian boys in that group, together with the second Danish opponent at the moment, that's Emil Christensen. Third group going, well sorry, the fourth group now going past the start finishing line, so they're all completed their first lap.
Nico Pofler is heading now, fast, close to the bank. Adam Petra is choosing to be behind, getting some help breaking the waves. Good shot here. Can see how Nico Pofler really is not affected by the waves. He's just pushing on, using his upper body, arms stretched all the time, which makes him strong in these headwinds. Using the legs and the hips and the stomach and the back much more than the arms. The arms is just to hold the paddle. That kind of technique is really effective when the weather gets rough. His brother has a similar technique, and Petro is staying behind, trying to get some help. It's really rough up there, really tough weather, hard waves, and now Nico is leaving room for Marcel Pofler now, doing the hard work in front, and Adam Petra is just resting. And the gap is increasing.
Yeah, that's right. It's got to be 150, 200 metres now, Stefan, isn't it? Really surprising so early in the race.
Yeah.
If Hank McGregor was here, we wouldn't be surprised, but there we go.
Exactly.
So Matt Pedersen leading the second group, got number 48 on his chest there. Roberto Plaza from Spain, with a familiar Spanish top there. He's in pole position, fourth fifth in that group, as they go off into the sunset. Third group now 5 paddlers. All the supporters on the pontoon area. So the Pfeffler brothers are still pushing on quite hard at this stage, with Adam Petro there in the third place. Really riding those waves very well, those two German boys, and you find that the Adam Petro is bouncing about a bit, even with the waves, they're still getting a bit of washing, and he's up and down on that wash at the moment. So again, a shot from the bottom turn camera looking back up the town. Second group with Matt Pedersen leading. Roberto Plaza are in second place. So 3 boys down at the bottom turn for the second time, leading the race. Second group arriving, and the third group just sort of catching up with them now, so it looks so going upstream is likely to be a group of 5 or 6 in the second group. You see all the reeds on the right hand side on the riverbank. This is a nature reserve area. They're not allowed to cut the reeds down because there's a lot of bird life that use that as a staging post when they arrive from Africa on their way to the colder climes of Norway, etc. And there's also lots of frogs in there apparently, sort of special local breed of frogs which are protected, so that's why they can't cut that grass down. Belgium round the bottom turn. So that's the second group of 5 with Matt Johnson from Great Britain on the bankside in that's 8th, 9th place. Denmark 10, Belgium 11. So here they come around that long sweeping bend from this position, going past that to a little more boat there. We calculate it's about 400 or 500 metres to the portage area, and again this time they're going straight past that. So Nicole Peffler, who's leading the group of 3 at the moment. His brother on the left-hand side, and Hungarian Adam Petro on the inside. We've just had a local update on the football. I'm sure that some of you are listening to it when you're watching the television. France are leading 2-0 now. With about 20 minutes to go. So the two Danish boys in that group together now. That's the second group. Matt Johnson's just made it to the back of it as the leading group of three come up to the portage area for the second time. Just as they go past this sort of flat area there, you'll pan round to the right, the camera moment, and you'll see a track on the right hand side, and at the end of that track is a red and white barrier, and that is about 100 metres to the portage. So each lap you see that coming up, you know how far it is to the portage. There it is, the red and white barrier, and now the shot changes from back to the bridge, and you see the three boys are just going past the end of the portage, just coming up to the end of the wall, and there's the portage with a red carpeting on it. So as long as they haven't made a mistake, they're going to go straight past this one. Yep, there they go. No problems. So still the three of them together. So they're going directly underneath us at the commentary position. You see those two blue roofs on the tent at the end of that. That's us. And so two German boats with Adam Pedro there in the third place. Going past the entry position on the portage on the right there. You can only get out on one side when you exit the river, but you can got a choice of both sides when you go back in again. Plenty of room for 4 or 5 K1s, but it's going to be a bit tight as always for the K2s, which K2 competition generally starting at the high level or the older boys and girls tomorrow. So Portugal, 2 Denmark, Great Britain and 2 Spain going past as the second group of 6. So Croatian boat just off the back there in 9th position. That's Anton Novak. Bud comes from Belgium in 10th. Serbia with Ben Sparta in the 11th position. Belgium 12th with Italy 13th. So that's 2 laps completed by everybody now. That's 2 of the 7. Had some good shots from the drone, which has been operating from the bankside, picking up people on the turn, also at the portage. Budgum's going past in the 10th position, having completed 2 laps. So first group of 3, 2 Germany, 1 Hungary, keeping themselves well clear of the second group. Difficult to estimate it, but it's probably 300 or 400 metres now. For those of you at home and in Europe who are really clever, you could probably do a time check yourselves, because the bottom left-hand screen shows that the boys are on the lap 3:07 with the running clock time. In these conditions, it's going to be around about a 2-hour race, I'm estimating. The Junior K2 this morning did it in 1 hour 33, 1 hour 34, the best time. And but they did 6 laps as against 7, so this is going to be getting close to the 2-hour mark, I think. Really bouncing along in the waves. Okay, so we're going to test everybody's timing skills. So when you see the first paddler go past the first buoy on the bottom turn, then do a check for the first person in the second group. Answers on an email with a £10 entry fee. Is that all right? First 3 moving away from the left-hand bank now across to the right very soon to get round those buoys. Pretty bumpy down there. So Nikol is leading here from his brother, with Adam in 3rd place. Head-on shot from the bottom turn camera. Industrial side of the town on the left as you look up there. Thank you for the update information I'm receiving from the controller here. I'm not going to tell you what he said, but thank him for the information. Right, so that's the first person round the buoy, so that's 36.42. Adam seemed to be well content to sit behind the two Pfaffler brothers. Okay, second group now approaching the turn, and a bit of a speedy effort on difficult. I can't tell you who that is, but somebody's trying to move up from the back to have a reasonably controlling position on the turn. So it's definitely Spain leading into the bottom turn. So I make that 38.04. Matt Johnson moving on to the left hand side. Two Spanish boys there together. Matt Johnson on the left. Two Danish boys, Matt and Emilio in that group. So 122 lead, I'll make that. That second group really getting a bit strung out now. Down to 5, probably with Denmark and Spain finding it a bit difficult at the moment to hang on in there. So leading group of 3 with about 400 to go to the portage for the first time. Looks like the Swedish team supporters on the bank walking along close to the portage. Adam Petros seems very content to sit in the third position. So if we look to the right hand bank now, we're going to see the 100 metre marker. 200 from here to the portage. Right, just going past that high reed bank. And we're going to sweep around. Still Adam's content to sit there. Marcel moved, no, that's Nicole moved back into the front, Adam right on the inside. So there's your 100-metre mark to the portage. To say there's plenty of room on these portages. There's only one side you can go, but there's plenty of room, so if these boys are fair to each other, I don't think there'll be any major problems over this. We're going to have a shot down the portage any moment. Just coming round the bend and then into the portage. There we go. So Germany, Hungary out. Oh, that's a bit of a tip there. It looks so Adam may have taken some water in his boat. You're going to find out in a minute when he's running up this steep slope. So they're running behind us now on the portage. So Nicole is leading from his brother Marcel. I think Adam's got some water in his boat. It's bouncing quite a lot at the back. So the Pfaffler brothers are safely in and away, and Adam's behind them. All got on in nice and clearly as the second group now arrive. Now there's 5 here, so it's going to be a bit more tough. Oh, that was nearly, have to be very careful on that right hand side as you're running up, because there's a half a metre gap there between the pontoon and the wall. And you don't want to be putting your foot down there, obviously. So the second group are up and over the portage, and it's Matt Johnson who's just stole a few metres on that run from Portugal, and from Matt Pedersen from Denmark. Right, so good entry from Denmark, Portugal and Great Britain off of that at the end of the portage. Spain there just behind now, followed by Denmark, and then Spain again. So this race, a bit surprisingly, is really spreading out.
Very much so, and most surprisingly is the Pofler brothers. No one could expect both of them
No.
just flying away. There they are. They doesn't seem to be affected at all of the rough conditions and the heat. They just keep on going. Adam Petro is losing ground. He's struggling in the big waves. It seems like the Pofler brothers have good wave breakers on the deck of their
could
boats.
well be, couldn't it? Yes.
Also Mats Pedersen, right in front of us here. He's struggling a bit in the rough sea, but the Poflers just keep on going. Three out of 7 laps, so it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, the screen showing we're into lap 4 now of the 7. But these conditions are really stringing the boys out, Stefan. It's
Yes,
it seems very surprising to me.
to me too. It's could never expect that, but that's sport. That's great. Fantastic achievement so far from these two. As we said, we have seen them many years on the courses, but never this good. Some good positions, but just flying away like this, quite an achievement. Here on screen is the third group, 4th and 5th position. It is Miguel Rodriguez and Mats Pedersen, and now back to the Poflers. 3:30 is Marcel, and 3:41 is Nico.
So it looks like pretty steady state paddling after the first 4 or 5, Stefan. Everybody's just doing it very easily and carefully, I think.
Yes.
I think they're worried about the conditions, you know.
Yeah, we had some issues yesterday with paddlers that suffered from dehydration and heat exhaustion, especially after the race. So I think they have learned. And these guys are doing 26.2. Yesterday it was much shorter, 5 kilometers shorter.
Yeah.
So because it was juniors.
Yeah, about 3.5 less, wasn't it? 3.6, yeah.
Spain and Great Britain, quite a peculiar wave breaker he has there. The Spanish guy, 340, Aaron Vigues.
Yeah. Matt Johnson utilising one of the 1.5 litre water bottles that you can buy in the shops here to make his wave breaker.
Wave breakers should be quite...
Yeah, that's exactly how, a nice V shape, so that it throws the water off the side of the boat.
It must be V-shaped. Some paddlers are using wave breakers just to stopping the waves, and that stops also the speed of the boat.
Yeah,
you can see there the wave breaker of Nico.
Yeah,
it's perfectly shaped. Also his brother, and it's close to the cockpit. That's also beneficial.
Yeah,
because the bow itself take away a little bit of
Yeah.
the power of the waves.
Would you put that down to German engineering, Stefan?
Yeah. Also the technique, especially Nico is using, where he's paddling quite with his paddle quite far from the boat, stretched arms and just using the upper body. It stabilizes the boat.
Yeah,
It stabilizes the paddling.
Paddle wider.
Yeah, as you can see there, he's paddling wider than most other athletes, swinging a bit around, and that stabilizes. That together with the good wave breaker he has there, or the shape of the cockpit rather, is very beneficial this race.
So they hit the right.
So we got the information from the Germans that Nico and Marcel are not brothers, they are cousins.
Cousins, right, there we go.
News to us after several years in this. We have always regarded them as brothers. Sorry for that. Obviously cousins.
And the information we've got from Marcel's brother Stefan, who he often paddled K2 with, tells us that both his brother and Nicole have good experience in whitewater racing, downriver racing, which is
of course
now
beneficial.
become pretty relevant
Yes.
to us now.
And that is of course beneficial for them, used to rough waters.
Yeah. They probably wish the race started at 3 o'clock then, Stefan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it was really rough out here. Here is Portugal, Miguel Rodriguez, together with Mads Petersen.
So they're 1 minute 40 behind at that bottom turn, due to my mathematical calculations. Aaron Degas from Spain, next one round the turn, together with Matt Johnson. Roberto Plaza from Spain around the bottom turn, sorry. Together with Ben Sparta from, sorry, not, we've got the wrong one there, that's Anton Novakovic from Croatia in the next position. So, two Fafler boys are again on the bank coming up to the second portage, paddling well into the bank there. About 500 metres from this position.
The cousins
cousin.
from Germany.
From Germany, the cousins from Germany. Sorry.
With wild water experience and doing so well here today.
Adam Petro in the third position. Probably 100 metres behind at this point. Not sure where Adam comes from, but if he's paddling up and down in the middle of Budapest, he'd be pretty used to rough, bumpy water, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
$200 metres to the portage from this point. Just going past the boys on that short turn. The 100 metre marker on the bank. And the camera shot's going to change. There we go. Showing from the bridge as they approach the portage, and now a shot coming up from the top of the ramp as the boys come into the demarcation point. There we go, and I'm sure they're going to be friendly to each other. What do you reckon, Stefan? How'd you get on with your cousins? If you've got any cousins, that is.
These guys seems to be very friendly. At least they have nothing to gain to do anything else now. More than halfway into the race.
Yeah.
Quite a comfortable lead.
Cool. Getting a good dousing of water from their coaches. Been stopped at the end of the coaches on the end of the run there. Not allowed to go past that, and then Adam's out of his boat up the steep slope, 4 or 5 metres up the slope. Well, probably more than that, probably 6 or 7 metres. Two Fafra cousins are away from the pontoon round the turn. This good carpeting they've got on the ramps here, on the top of the concrete, really necessary, because if you're just running along there and bouncing your boat a little bit, then you're in dead trouble if it wasn't for that. But it's a very good conditions on the portage.
Yeah, overall very well organized championships here in Croatia. They have done a splendid work. It's actually the first time there is championships here, and now we have the graphics, and we can see that there's 49 seconds between the Pafra cousins and Adam Petro, and then almost the same gap to Rodriguez and Petersen. So more than halfway into the race, and I think these two guys are now heading to try to catch Petro. it's hard for him to go alone there, even if we know that he can do it. You saw him as a junior doing exactly that.
Yeah.
In Portugal, I think it was.
Matt Johnson over in next position, putting him in 6. With Alberto Plaza from Spain in 7th. That's getting close to a whitewater paddling stroke there, Stefan, do you think? With the 2 German cousins swinging quite wide. Just their strokes quite wide, isn't it, as you say?
Yes.
Definitely a whitewater influence there, I think.
Yeah. Whitewater or open sea. It's hard to get sprint speed using such technique, but for long distances and rough water, it's very good.
And Tom Novacek from Croatia in the next position, puts him in 8th, I think. Oh no, Spain is 8th, but it puts him in 9th. They look so comfortable, Stefan, don't they? Really look so comfortable.
Yes. Confident and comfortable. Like yesterday, the wind doesn't die off. I think we will have this kind of condition all race through.
Yeah, it was a bit, by this time yesterday, it was definitely a lot less, but the waves were a lot less, weren't they? But Dan Cox going past the control point in 10th, 11th position. So all the boys are on lap 5 of the 7. 1 hour 6 minutes into the race. So we reckon it's going to be pretty close to the 2 hour mark in these conditions, but probably possibly a bit, well, quite a bit less for the Fafler cousins. Good technical shots there of how to paddle in the bumpy, wavy conditions. Oh, somebody's fallen in. That's Bence Barta from Serbia. He's just going to be rescued by the local support crews on their machine there. Pulling him aboard. Is he going to carry on, or has he had enough? Round the bottom turn for Germany 1 and 2. So Spain and Denmark are making a bit of progress on to Adam there, probably only 100 metres behind now. So Adam goes round there on 08.50. Missed a shot there, so the Pfaffer cousins are well into the bank on the way back up. So Adam's been caught by Denmark and Spain. It was a lonely time out there for him. Adam Douglas and Matt Johnson round the bottom turn. About Plaza just heading down to the bottom turn now with Anton Novovic from Croatia. Spain and Croatia round the bottom turn. Okay, 400 to the portage now for the Fafner cousins. Bertcums from Belgium has retired from the race. Just past the short lap turn. It's good to see that Ben Spartan has got in his boat and he's carrying on despite his capsize at the last portage. He's not giving up and he's carrying on. The red and white barrier, 100 metres to go to the portage. Looks like a lonely shot out on the sea there, doesn't it, with that paddler on his own. So the two boys just coming round the bend and straight onto the portage. There we go. Both did put their boats on the shoulder. Powerful run up that slope, no problems at all. Both of them going for a good wash down in the support lane. They've got plenty of time for that. And there's Nicole who's just leading down the slope. Both carefully into the boat and up and away. So that's the fourth portage, and you see they're now, when they get round there, they'll be into lap 6. So Adam's been caught by Denmark, and it's Matt Pedersen who is out of the boat first and on his run. So these boys are really racing for the bronze medal to get on that podium. Rodriguez in the 4th place, and Adam relegated to 5th after that portage. So 1 hour 17. They're on lap 6 now. So a bit of a change there, and we've definitely pulling away is Matt Pedersen from Denmark, together with Miguel Rodriguez from Portugal. They're going to work together, and it looks like Adam's going to be struggling at this moment.
He's done now. He was fighting on his own for too long, trying to keep up with the Puffler cousins, the speed of them, a little bit too long. He's done. So the bronze will be between Denmark and Portugal, Rodriguez and Mats Pedersen, as it seems now. Quite unexpected development for this race.
German boys moving over to the left-hand bank for the long sweep round. Next two out at the portage. Christensen got himself into 6th place. Roberto Plaza in 7th. Anton Metković from Croatia moved into up to 8th. Belgium Dan Cox in 9th. So all these boys are on lap 6 now of the 7. So we're on the sixth lap, and you see that the Fafler cousins has just gone round that bottom turn. So from there it's 1.5, 4 laps to go, plus the short portage, plus the short lap, sorry. We can see we've got a running time of 1 hour 24 at the moment.
These guys are fairly nice and easy. I think they have no ambition to try to close the gap to them in front of them, to the two in front of them. They are just now saving strength for the bronze medal. But anything could happen in marathon canoeing.
That's right.
Also Petro seemed quite safe when he had a minute or so.
Yeah.
A gap of a minute or so to these two behind.
I guess when you're coming up the bank, if you get too close in, you could always get attacked by a herd of frogs.
Yeah.
You never know your luck, do you, really?
There's actually some unique frogs hidden in this seaweed alongside the course. But that's why the cameras have a little slight difficulty to cover from the bank or the course. We weren't allowed to cut the seaweed, saving the frogs.
There's a view at the back of the German team manager there. I think he probably feels pretty happy with life at the moment. Mad Pedersen and Miguel Rodriguez working together coming up the course.
Keep on going, almost the same pace, kilometers after kilometer, helping each other very well.
That's Matt and Miguel, probably about 300 metres behind at the moment, I think. So from that point, for the Fafler cousins, it's 200 metres about to the portage.
The wind dies down more and more, Now it's just slight little breeze, and the waves is quite a lot smaller.
Reduced quite a lot. Yeah.
On this Neretva River, the Neretva River that starts up in Bosnia, and with crystal clear water moisturing the valley, the Neretva Valley. That is a agriculture valley that have fed this region and part of Europe for 1,000 years or so. The city of Metković is built on the ancient Roman city of Narona, that had its golden times between the 1st and 5th century.
So the boys just coming into the portage. Taking the support route through the portage, anticipating another bath, I think. Here we go. Go. Taking the far position down the pontoon. Comfortably away.
The problem to be in such a position is that you're really not aware of the guys behind, if they are catching or still losing ground. So it depends on the team leaders to inform, and if it is experienced team leader, it usually works.
Yeah.
But sometimes the paddlers experience quite a pressure being in front. How are they doing behind?
Yeah.
I feel tired now.
Yeah.
It's a long way to go.
Yeah.
Are they catching? Are they losing ground? How are they doing behind? So it's really a pressure also to be in that position.
Yeah.
If you can get information, you're much better off. So that's for the team leaders to produce. Some team leaders are good at it, but some, they really don't have the experience enough for it.
There's a couple of minutes the lead now, as you can.
1:42.
Just bouncing along. It's a good job they got that carpet there, otherwise those boats would be worn out by now. So Miguel is having a good battle there with Matt, and deciding who is going to be the bronze medal winner here. So they'll be going around that top turn and into their last full lap. Adam over the portage in 5th place. Both the German boats moved together as you expect, gone right across to the left-hand bank on this long left-hand bend. Water looks much calmer there, Stefan.
Yeah.
Just going past the turn boys for the short lap.
Meeting some other fellow competitors.
Giving them a wave if they go past. How you doing, boys? Most of those are going to be pretty surprised at what they're looking at, I think.
Yes, yes. Behind them, Rodriguez is pulling. Mats Pedersen is just resting on the wash. It will be an interesting in sprint between these two talented young paddlers. We have seen Mats Pedersen doing very well. Remember in the European in Berlin, where he did tremendously well. Mats Pedersen, also him from the club of Silkeborg.
Okay, yeah.
One of the great marathon clubs in Denmark. Organizer of one of the organizers of the Tour de Gudeno, one of the great races that took marathon to what it is now.
Looking at going round that those boys, one of the boys has definitely broken its moorings and has moved with the wind upriver. So it's quite a difficult turn now. So Great Britain, Denmark over the portage next. You can see from the commentary position that the fourth buoy in the turn has drifted a bit and making it a much steeper turn into the fifth one. The German boats are moved and across now towards the far bank to go the anti-clockwise turn round that bottom turn for the last time. I'm sure they'd be pretty pleased to know that.
Very nice technique, and they are just keeping the speed.
Yeah, that shot there from the camera on the turn buoy gives you a good idea of that big sweeping bend looking up towards the town. Still a bit bouncy down that bottom end there, Stefan.
It is. can see the technique there. They are not, especially Nico, is not doing any extra moves whatsoever. It's just very effective paddling. All the moves, every movement he does is to produce speed. Helping each other very well around these boys for the last time.
So about 2.5 Ks to go in the race for them. Madam McGill moving across, get that bottom turn, and looking up there you see some of the other paddlers have gone really wide round that that bend. Seems a bit strange to me, but there we go. See, Adam is just off the back of them with probably in reality about 200 or 300 meters, I think.
So last year Miguel Rodriguez was 6th in the under 23 Europeans, and the winner was actually Adam Petro. So that was one of the great achievements for him. We have seen him doing many, but today rough conditions here was a little bit too much. 340 there is Aaron Digues, also from Spain, and there we have the previous European champion Adam Petro around the turn, out of reach for any medals today. And Marcel Poffler was 7th last year.
Was 7th.
7th. 1 minute 40 behind Petro. Today it will be the opposite way around, and more actually.
Yep. .400 meters to that final portage. 200 to the portage from here. Just catching the back marker in the race. I think that was Benz who fell in on that portage. So the portage, so it's 100 metres to this final portage now for the cousins from Germany. Here they come into the portage. Very friendly rivalry at this point in time, I think. Establishing who's going to have the lead. 1:45 on the clock.
One of them is definitely going to win, so we can't cooperate all the way too. Quite a gap now.
There's Nicole who's established himself with over that run.
Quite a good lead.
Yeah.
Good achievement for him. Marcel Pofler, that had a 7th position last year and 5th already 2015 in Bohemia, where he participated in under 23 first time.
So unfortunately, because we've been lapped, the Benz Butter from Serbia has had to give up the race. The fact he's been lapped, he means that he has to withdraw. Doesn't look too happy about it, and why would he be, having been rescued and carried on? So Nico's just going down now to the last 800 metres. Marcel resigned to the silver medal. Looks really strong and powerful there, Stefan, still.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Right, this is the big race for the bronze medal between Miguel
Rodriguez and Mats Pedersen.
Both comfortably into the boat at the end of the portage. Steady state paddling now, just going to drift round on this last bit. They know that one of them's going to win. The question is who thinks they're the strongest over the last 250.
Adam Petru is not here yet. Yeah,
He just arrived.
He just arrived. Adam Petru, who was the world champion 2016 in Brandenburg in under 23, where actually Mats Brandt Petersen had his bronze medal.
Okay.
So very experienced, these two guys. But today they have nothing to do against this guy, Nico Pofler from Germany, who is doing his absolutely greatest achievement ever. And now for the bronze medal, it's Mats Brandt Petersen who has the initiative, perfectly positioned. Mats Pedersen Mads Pedersen perfectly positioned on the inner side.
And look who's coming up to the finishing line,
yes.
Stefan.
Just 50 meters more to go. Nico Pofler winning a gold medal for himself and for Germany. Nico Pofler, Germany, European champion, K1 men under 23.
Wait for your cousin. Photograph together.
And silver also to Germany by the cousin of Nico, Marcel Pofler. Fantastic race, these two guys. Congratulating each other there after a race more than well done. And out from the sun there, somewhere, we will have a interesting competition for the bronze medal. And they're out from the sun. With just 100 meters more to go is Mats Pedersen. Mats Pedersen securing a bronze medal for Denmark. Well done, Mats. Bronze to Denmark by Mats Pedersen.
And Miguel Rodriguez from Portugal and over into 4th position. So Adam comes in 5th place for Hungary.
Nico and Marcel Pofler, congratulations, what a race.
Yeah, awesome race together. It was fantastic from this begin on, and I never believed in that, but
you never believed in it, but you worked very well together in these rough conditions. The conditions, did it benefit? Was it beneficial for you?
maybe a little bit. We are both going in wild water, so bit waves are good for us, and we could go our tactics, so it was great for us. I never believed that we could do that, and I think I would never get the second place without him. So, and I think the other way around also. So we could go our tactic, and it was great. Yeah.
It looked like you had the same speed all around the course. It was no big effort. You just went for it.
Yeah, after the start it was very fast. I had to push hard, and then to the middle of the race I think the temp speed was equal, and in the end I could run a little bit faster, so maybe that was it.
Did you expect it? Have you dreamt? Was it part of your dreams before this race?
Yeah, we said, oh, 2 Pauflers at front, this could be cool, but we never believed in it. So it was a big surprise that it.
When did you understand you should win?
Yeah, I think at the last big round we did know that the other guys behind us won't get this. I think it was 1.5 minutes. Our coach told us, so we did know that it's just about us.
So you got good information from your coach?
Information for our coach?
From your coach on how long the others were behind?
Yeah, in the 3rd and the 4th round he told us, and it was good, I think. Our grandma should be very proud.
So you felt safe and just went for it. Are you doing K2 as well?
Not in K2. In K2 I go normally with my brother, and he's at home because he had to write some exams, and so next time on World Championships again. Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, I'm happy with my K1. I think it's enough.
You should. Once again, congratulations both of you, Nico and Marcel Pofler.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
So while Stefan has been giving the little interviews with the Fafler twins, the cousins, we've seen the Matt Pedersen coming in third place with from Denmark with Miguel Rodriguez in fourth. Madam Petro had to settle for fifth this time. In sixth place is Aaron Diglis from Spain. Seventh was Leventi Vescesi from Hungary. Eighth was Alberto Plaza from Spain. Ninth, Emil Christensen from Denmark. And 10th, Matt Johnson from Great Britain.
So you got it all right on your notes. The same results as at the webpage, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. Okay, well, good job. We were both watching the same race then, really, wasn't it?
So, an intense day of racing, a very hot day of racing, has come to an end. Now the prize giving ceremony remains. It will come up within 15 minutes or so behind the podium here. It will also be streamed, of course, but we will conclude from here and be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we'll start at 7:45 with C1 women, and then the morning session will be ongoing until lunchtime. So tomorrow is very, very interesting racing when the seniors enter the stage.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a racing at this is obviously local time in Croatia at 7:45. That's 6:45 for those in England who want to come and watch the C1 women race. Men's C1 at those women C1 are racing on their own. In fact, the next race for the men's C1 9:30 local, and then 9:40 the women's K1 race.
The idea behind that schedule is that all the seniors should have their own section on the course, not interrupting too much. So tomorrow will be a very good day, starting fairly early. The highlights of tomorrow will of course be K1 women and K1 men. Starting in K1 women starting 9:40, K1 men starting 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. But also I think C1 men will be quite a race with a very good setup of paddlers that will start 9:30 just before the women K1. So thank you for staying tuned, and hope you have enjoyed it as much as we have done, and see you back tomorrow. I suppose we will have some highlights within a couple of minutes, and also the prize giving ceremony. So stay tuned and have a good evening.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Goodbye everybody, see you tomorrow. We're off for a nice glass of beer, as you can imagine. It's been 30 here, so a nice glass of beer is definitely needed. men under 23 will begin.
Dame i gospodo, svečana dodjela medalja K1 muškarci do 23 godina može početi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation, K1 men under 23. The medals will be presented by Albert Wood, President of the European Canoe Association, accompanied by Jan Rieger, the German team manager.
Prezentacija dakle može početi uz podršku našeg predsjednika Euro-kanadske gospodina Alana Woodsa i Jan Regera, njemačkog team menadžera. The bronze medal from Denmark.
The bronze medal from Denmark, Matt Pedersen.
Brončana medalja za Dansku, Mats Pedersen. Srebrna medalja za Njemačku.
The silver medal for Germany, Marcel Pfaffler.
Marcel Pfaffler, srebrna medalja za Njemačku. Bravo Marcel. Čestitamo. I konačno, prvo mjesto i evropski šampion iz Metković ovdje iz Njemačke.
And the first place and the European champion from Germany, Nico Pfeiffer.
Prvo mjesto, Nico Pfeiffer, Njemačka, Canoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the national anthem of Germany?
Dame i gospodo, poslušajmo sada njemačku nacionalnu himnu. Čestamo Njemačkoj i Danskoj, sada napravite zajedničke neke fotografije, just some photos for the media, for the press center. Jedna obaveza za svi vas, dragi prijatelji, večera se održava u Sportskoj ulici u Metkoviću 9 sati, legendarna metkovska tradicionalna cipolijada, će biti normalno.